What is up, everybody? Welcome back to what I call the take on the Bianconerizonechannel. Actually, this is the black and white take, not just the take. With me today, I'd say as always, but they're not as always with me, but this is the first time with both of these two joining me. Let me turn this down. I think I always get this stuff hype and then I don't know what to do with it. And I'm like, I try to fade it and then it just makes no sense. Anyway, guys, welcome in. I'm Justin Sofro. Accompanying me today is Dog Daddy Davide. It kills me every single time. And then Dash with me as well. How are both of you doing today?
Doing awesome. How are you guys doing?
We're raging right now with this thing. Okay, there we go. We're cutting it out. Get out of here.
Great. Happy to supply the fans with another episode of Double D.
They asked for more. They asked for more Dash, and this is what we give them. We give them what they want, right? But anyway, sorry for the delay, guys. A little behind the scenes stuff. I'm not really telling people, not telling, but like not saying too much. But I was doing some work here behind the scenes with the studio setup and stuff like that, and my computer decided to reset right before the show was about to start. So I was going to be good to go at 4:30. It's always me. We're late because of me all the time. Anyway, appreciate everybody who's tuning in. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button as well. It really helps our channel continue to grow. We're going to dive into it a little bit. Just all the stuff going on with Juventus. Obviously, we have some of the late breaking news. Some good. Quite a bit not that good. If we're going to be honest, there's some negative stuff that we got to talk about. What's up, Panine? What's up, Andrew? What's up, Dave, who's also here in the video, who's also commenting in the chat. But it always gets me every time. Just some opening stuff, too. I'm a mess. Today, I totally forgot. Today's supposed to be, it's Derby here, which is the Thursday of Derby. If anybody knows, it's basically... So I forgot I was supposed to go. I'm supposed to go every single day. So this is like my last day on the channel until after Derby. Tomorrow it's Oaks Day. I'll be out there drinking too much. And then Saturday.
Is this your Derby attire then?
Yeah, this is just a shirt that I had that I haven't worn in a while. I wore it during the summer. Or was that before you all popped on the channel?
I know I recall it before.
I've seen it.
I just wouldn't wear that to Derby. Yeah.
No.
For Derby.
No, like I'm literally covered in sweat, and I just changed this shirt out of my work shirt that I was in because I was down here doing some construction. We'll just say that. I'm looking at it right now. It's looking a lot better to the right of me than what's looking behind me. What you guys are used to.
Your head is a little moist right now. We can see
it is. We got the rags out here and everything. Big guy anyway, let alone. I guess I also have the AC off and all that, so I probably should have a window open. But it is what it is. We're just marinating down here.
Yeah. You can't tease us about the Derby without picking your horses, Justin. You got to let us know. Is it Big Z, one of your favorite horses, or Big Typhoon, or Majestic? I don't even know.
Would Big Z be? What's it, Zantan, or is that what it is? You don't know him, do you? You don't need
whatever you want it.
I know Messier is a favorite right now. Is one of the favorites to win it. I'll be honest. I have guys for that who give me the picks. I don't do the picks. We're actually we talked about doing it on this channel. If you guys haven't already considered, or not considered, but if we haven't heard us talk about it before, Julie and I are thinking about doing a gambling segment where maybe we go at each other. We gamble with each other. You see how terrible we are. We get angry. We yell and scream about losing all our money, stuff like that. Maybe we can get you guys involved too. When it comes to the Derby, I went to the University of Louisville, which is literally like from the baseball stadium, you can see Churchill Downs like right next to it. So we're right down there. We had a house right there in the corner, and every Derby, it was just. As much as I like to gamble, I know nothing about horses. I know absolutely nothing. Like I grew up in Shelby County, which is literally right between Louisville and Lexington, and it's like breeding the number one location for horses. I know nothing about them. Everybody I went to school with rode them and all that stuff. Nothing. So I'm not the guy who's going to be able to give you all a lot of good bets. But hey, you're in a Discord, and it's basically like a text group kind of thing. I can send you all those picks when I get them. So if you want to drop a shekel or two, we can do that. Anyway, obviously we're gonna get into Juve talk, but I'd like to open it. I like to open it with a little levity, a little bit stuff going on. Do you all? Actually, when I say it's a serious question, there's some people who have no clue what the Kentucky Derby is and stuff like that. Some people do. Do you all actually pay attention to it, or is it not really where you are? I feel like Davide doesn't pay attention to anything, but he's got nothing going on.
Yeah,
No,
so
nothing.
in Michigan, it's like one of the most sought out things, man. Like Michigan is like, retired sports dad capital of the entire United States. So it's like let's be real here. Like we have the Detroit Lions, they suck. The Red Wings are rebuilding. The Detroit Tigers suck. We've got nothing. The Pistons are garbage. So it's like any sport that's outside that kind of has some kind of gambling significance, because like I think it was like a year or so ago here in Michigan where we're able to do online gambling, and next thing later, FanDuel and Sports Kings and Bet Kings is like the talk of the town, and that's like everything that everyone talks about. Like our local sports radio has gotten like 15 gamblers on staff that sit there and be like, yeah, so I take the New Orleans Pelicans 5-1 dogs, expect them to cover the spread. Yeah, that's how bad Michigan sports are, guys. I'm sorry.
No, I get it. No, but yeah, I think. Go ahead, David. Sorry, you were gonna answer.
Yeah, no, that just opened up here where we live, legalized gambling, sports betting, anyways. And yeah, you see a lot more of it. It's advertised throughout all the games, and yeah, I think that's one of the biggest new things in sports.
Oh, it's gonna be He said, for some reason, Alejandro said the stream's glitching for him. Is everybody else? Do y'all have it pulled up? Does it look normal? He might be. Let me see it real quick. He's saying this. I'm doing behind the scenes stuff right now. I'm asking him if it's Dash. If that's all he's talking. If it's just his camera, it's a camera issue, guys. Otherwise, the stream should be fine. We'll see. If it's not, it's not. That's one of the topics here locally. Is gambling. It's sports gambling, and that's been an issue that's been going on. We're all like literally in the city of Louisville, where I live, right across in southern Indiana. It's right across the river, and there's Caesar's Casino right there, so we can go bet there. But I don't want to give my money to Indiana. We're not doing political stuff. But at the same time, actually, right after this, we're going to talk a little Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade's getting overturned. No, I'm kidding. We're not gonna touch on that one.
And we're shadow banned.
And the entire channel just gets removed. Alejandro burns it down before anybody else can do it. No, but anyway, the gambling stuff. It's political. People. It's really they try to say it's one thing. It's really not that, and they try to keep it. And we just had it got shut down again this year. So hopefully next year we'll have a little sports gambling to bet on. All right. Let's jump into it though. Let's just get into the main conversation of the day. And I think the first one, and trust me, there's plenty to talk about. But the main conversation of today is basically the rumor that, we had a couple days of just kind of radio silence when it came to Paul Pogba. Like it's been a while. Actually, it's been more than a couple of days. It's been like a couple weeks where it's been Milinkovic Savic just shoved down your throat, and I've been the guy shoving it down your throat almost every morning for a while. Actually, I say morning it's probably afternoon by the time I actually get it out. But Milinkovic Savic has been a hot name. Big Z, it's been kind of shut down a little bit. He's coming back, though. And Jorginho's been kind of fluttering along. Okay, you calm down. I have control today. So I will, if I have to, we'll see what we do with Dash. No, but anyway, Big Z, we don't need to talk about him right now. There's news on it, but the news was it's still out there. If Juve can throw in a player or whatever kind of thing. We'll see. I doubt it. But anyway, Jorginho's been floated out there, but we got to figure out the situation with Chelsea. And then, of course, De Jong has been oddly, that's what I said, De Jong. For some reason, I was thinking another player. But yeah, he's been pushed out there recently too. But I think, obviously, Milinkovic Savic seems to be the main goal. If you had to pick between the two, both of you guys, just let me know, who would you pick? Would you pick Pogba or Milinkovic Savic right now in this moment? And then I'm going to throw some hypotheticals at you guys.
Yeah, go for it.
Savic, first and foremost. I think that's pretty easy. When in isolation, just looking player to player, I want Savic. Easy answer.
Yeah, and
that's great. That's great for sports radio. Is just to drop a one-word answer. That's perfect. Okay. I'm kidding. Okay.
Okay. No. Well, I beat this in previous lives, so I didn't want to repeat myself too much. But
yeah,
I'll let Dash roll with it because
I got you.
I think we're on the
same
page.
We're all on the same page here. So I'm also with De Jong. No, I'm just kidding. It's Savic. But yeah, so I'm with Milinkovic Savic, and like the thing is like we have a three, like I have a scale of 3 items that I always look at as a player, like interest wise. So how they are on the offensive half, how are they on the defensive half, and most importantly, I think I value this one the most is appearances. Are they healthy? So if we look at it, So I have stats. So I actually did some homework, guys. So I pulled up Frankie de Jong, SMS, and Paul Pogba's stats. So appearances wise, Pogba's got the least with 16. SMS has 33. And then Frankie de Jong has 27. So definitely as far as durability wise, SMS is the go-to guy. And then, I mean, he's absolutely killing it with minutes. But if we look at also other statistics too, so Pogba the entire season only has 1 goal, 9 assists. SMS has 10 goals and 11 assists, so it kind of shows that he is a dual threat midfielder, which is something Juventus desperately needs. Frankie de Jong is 3-3. As far as we look at it on the defensive side of the ball, Sergei Milinkovic Savic absolutely demolishes it because we know Allegri loves defensive players. He's just, got a nostalgia thingamadoodle for those kind of players. And so we look at it. So Pogba's got 0.7 tackles. Sergei Milinkovic Savic has 1.9 tackles per game, and Frankie de Jong has 1. Also in the interceptions category, Pogba only has 0.7 per game. SMS has 1, and then Frankie de Jong has 0.6. So as far as that, I mean, miles ahead as far as this year's statistics between the two, or between the three actually, is Sergei Milinkovic Savic. So I am going to go for him 100%. I'm willing to go out there and bribe Latito with like some pictures or something like that to make him do the deal. I've got my plane ticket booked, so we're just waiting for that. So
what kind of pictures?
I got a guy. Don't worry about it. I'm Albanian. I got Albanian mafia contacts in Europe, so we're good there.
So you're willing to please him as he needs to get it done.
We're not going that far.
Not that far. Okay, I guess you're
not that far.
Come on, commitment. What is you gotta you either commit or you don't.
It's either are you a real fan or you're not a real fan. Like that's my main question.
Look, we got people. We got Robert Kraft in trouble that one time a couple years ago. So hey, don't worry about it.
That's true. That's a very good point. Okay, and I felt like that's going into this. And is this silence? Okay, let's see. The main thing I was going to say is going into this, the first aspect is obvious. I think a lot of people, Milinkovic Savic is, how old's Milinkovic Savic? He's
27.
27. Pogba, yeah. So the age isn't a ton. It's not a giant difference, but it still favors him compared to Pogba, correct? Pogba is... Yeah, okay. So that's one thing I always think about whenever I throw that in there. But overall, I think most people would agree with both of you, and I do too as well, that Milinkovic Savic would be the way to go. Here's the hypothetical I want to throw out to you guys is, what if, okay, looking at the Mercado as a whole, first off, how much money do you think Juventus are going to spend in this Mercado? Because there's a lot of holes to fill in right now.
And we love filling holes, so
we do.
Touché.
I'm gonna go as high as 170.
170 and one Mercado.
I think we can push that. I think we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think because we have to do it, not because we want to.
Right. Well, actually, let me do this. Let's. Okay. I know I'm all over the place when I do stuff, but let's do this. Let's go to the other conversation, and then I'm going to come back to it just to show you. So the other conversation is the latest reports are saying that a lot of players we think should be leaving and their salaries should be leaving may not be leaving. That's what's going on right now. We're looking at potentially seeing Alexandro staying and his $6.5 million per season staying for another year at least. Then you're also looking at Rabiot potentially staying as well because nobody else can afford him because again we pay him too much money. And then you're also going to end up having who's the other guy that Bernardeschi. But Bernardeschi may be renewing with Juventus. I would imagine. Dash, you're still there, right? Uh-oh. Dash is like...
Did we lose him?
I don't know. Dash, can you hear me?
At least he froze at like a cute look.
I honestly... Actually, this is fantastic. I thought he was just so bored with what I was saying that's his face. And I hope he's paying attention to this other thing. It's fantastic. It just looks like he was so bored with what I was saying. Anyway, we'll see if he ends up or the situation gets fixed or what happens there. Hopefully he comes back in. Hopefully he doesn't lose internet or I guess whatever he may have lost. Anyway, as it stands right now, Bernardeschi's another one that we're looking at potentially getting an actual renewal now. There was no a financial figure thrown out with that right now. He said he's froze. Yeah, we can't even hear you, my man. I don't know if I don't know what happened. I don't know if you because if you pop out, it's gonna throw this whole thing off. It'll be fine. We'll fix the graphics, I guess. And if you want to pop out and pop back in, let's see if that works. Let's let me see if I can do that. Dash, can you do that? Is your computer frozen? I don't know, but this is fantastic. I love it. Anyway,
Roll with it.
yeah, we're gonna leave it for right now until he decides to do whatever he does. Federico Bernardeschi, there's no figure financially figured out, thrown out there, but the latest talks are that there are actually talks now, that there's actually some kind of communication, and Arriva Bene or whoever it is that's talking to him did not give him the cold shoulder. We can come back to that part, but that's the part that I wanted to get covered out there first before we jump back to the first question, which was, you're losing your money's going out. Money's going somewhere, and you're not you're not gaining anything from selling them. You're not opening anything up. And I still I know a lot of people believe and I don't want to call it nonsense, but I mean, I was guilty of saying it on the channel early on as well when I didn't have a better understanding of things, where I just kind of said, it's Juve doesn't have money. And I said that plenty of times, and I believed it for a minute. And I believed it. Yeah, I mean, and I agree. Maybe Juventus as a whole don't have as much money as they would like because of obvious Pandy and whatever situations going on that has ruined that. I don't know why it still won't even let me just. Oh wait, you've muted yourself. Well, don't mute yourself. Dash, unmute yourself. Can you do that? Because it says that you had muted yourself. Anyway. The pandemic situation. Where was I? Okay. All that stuff piled up. Juventus are in the red when it comes to a lot of situations. They can't just force out all the money they want. Here we go. And this is what we're going to look like for right now. It is what it is until Dash gets back in here. Actually, you know what? I can fix this. I can do that. And there we go until Dash gets back in. Okay, right. I think he's joining. And then I'm going to redo it all over once again. Here we go. Give me 1 second. This is me. You want to talk a little bit about something? And you can talk about that whole situation and what I'm getting at, which is basically just me saying that right now, when it comes to Juventus, okay. All I was going to say was Elkins, if they want to pay for it, they can. If they want it, they can make it happen. That's what I was going to say. So money-wise, so 170 million may not be insane, but it still seems, given the recent mercados, it's going to be hard for me to actually believe that they'll do it. Okay,
no, it's on the high end for sure, but it's what you just said is that if we want to make it happen, we can.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the amount of money. Maybe 150 is more realistic. 170 includes all those whatever one-off kind of youth type or guys you're going to loan out kind of deals, right? Oh, he's back. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah, no, it was weird. I just got booted off the thing, and I was like, "Oh, all right, cool, good talk, guys."
Is it showing up? I'm trying to publish it, but yeah, let's go back to the live mode. There we go. Let's see if that'll work out here. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I know some people were saying that it was lagging. I don't know. It looks fine on my end, but I don't know what it looks like for everybody else. So hopefully it's good. Yeah, you're on the other way. There you go.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there we go. Got to coordinate this properly.
All right, Dash, are you in the same kind of belief when it comes to the figures, I guess. I don't say numbers and figures, it's the same damn thing. Figures aspect, do you think Juve can afford to spend 170 million overall this mercado? Did you hear me talking about the players and all that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like the thing is like we didn't even believe them to spend 75 on Vlahovic, and they still did, and plus the agent fees and everything. So they spent in January. They spent roughly about 100 million euros on that whole ordeal. And we were told that, we were broke, we've got no money. So, like, the thing is if Daddy Elkin wants it, Daddy Elkin's going to get it. That's the way that I think of it, because, like, there is going to be some tangibles where some assets are going to move regardless. So, like, for me, it's like, do I think 170 that Davide was mentioning is a realm of, like, out of there? No, absolutely not. I think it's possible. And then, like, and I'm saying 170, including the transfers, the agent fees, and the contracts. We could hit that depending on certain aspects of it. Because, like, for example, say that you get SMS for 70, plus I'm sure there's going to be a $10 to $15 million agent fee, plus his $5 or $4 million a year contract. And then say that you get Udogi, so you get Udogi for 30, and then his agent fees, and then his contract. And that's the one thing I hate about this new era of transfers is now there's like agent fees. I think that's absolutely stupid. I don't get it. Shouldn't the player be paying their agent for deals, not the club? Like I don't know. Like In the U.S., I have never in any of our 4 leagues here, I have never heard of anything as an agent fee.
Well,
Like
in the U.S., it's a percentage, and the agent fee is it's paid by the player's
by the
wages.
player.
I guess it depends how a contract's written up, but I think it's more common. Yeah.
The difference too, I think, right now is that North American sports are closed leagues, whereas in soccer's like, oh, I can go to this country, I can go to this continent. You don't want this. I have a guy that's going to take him. The pool is a lot bigger to sell a guy, whereas in American sport, you're looking at 30 to 32 teams. That's it, done.
No, I get you there, and like I get it, but for me, it's something that's really weird because, like, for example, I think American sports pay their players more than in Europe do, because like if you look at every supermax contract in the NBA, somebody's making at least 35-40 million. In football, the only people making that much are Ronaldo and Messi. But it's just weird. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the agent fee thing, and that wasn't something that we used to hear back in the day. It just became a thing now where it's like, even with like players renewing contracts, there's agent fees. Like, you want an agent fee for re-signing your contract? Like, I never understood that. So that's going to be something that we have to take into account for. So, like, for example, our bigger name transfers are going to be the big fees. Like, if you get 3 to 4 players, you could easily hit that 150, 170. Whereas, like, back then, Milan bought a whole team for 200 million and still choked it. But still, I mean, like, it's possible to do that. But I think guys, like, with the inflated market right now, expect us to spend outrageous money as far as transfer totals for players. So 150 doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people in the chat saying, I think Norbert was saying no way they spend more than 100, 120, and then I see Edgar saying 150 is what we may spend. I think between what Davide's top at 170 to 100, let's use the 150 figure then. Let's keep it at that.
And I think that's like a good average.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think right now, especially, it just depends really how bad do PSG, how bad do Man United really want Milinkovic Savic as well? Because there's the problem there of it becoming a bidding war. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously player will plays a big part in this. So if if Milinkovic Savic really wants Juve because he really wants to stay in Italy, stay with his brother, all that stuff we talked about previously, that could help with that number. But at the same time, I think Juve are still going to at least probably have to shell out at least 70 million. It feels like it may even go up to 80. It's the way I feel. But then also, what kind of deal do they get done? Is it going to be a deal where they pay Lotito may say he wants it all right now, but I've seen Riva Bene make some moves that honestly surprised me, and so I have faith in he'll get the job done in a good way like that. But go ahead.
No, I was going to say, has a team ever just paid straight up cash for a transfer? I mean, everything's been in installments. Like, I mean, even with us and Ronaldo was a 3-year installment. Neymar with Barcelona was like a 3-year installment, which I thought was funny because PSG gave Neymar the money and they're like, all right, Neymar, you pay your own transfer. So I always thought that was funny. But
right.
Yeah, so it's always been installments. So I
think, okay, especially right now, especially in the time of the pandy, like, even though I don't know. It depends where you live. Where I live, it hasn't felt like it's been a pandemic in a while because it's Kentucky, and that nobody believes in anything, and it's just like that's what it is. So
what's that pandy thing you guys got going on down there?
Why the hell are you wearing that mask on your face, boy? Boy, you get that mask right off your face now, boy. Not in my church.
Not here. Not when we're racing these horses this weekend. Can't be coming over here with them shenanigans there. This
is God's country, bro. This is what we're doing. Anyway, but yeah, I think it just depends. The reason I'm throwing that out there is because the news reports kind of did throw out there the idea of, okay, so definitely Juventus are looking at the main targets. It looks like Milinkovic Savic should be number one. For me, it would be. I don't know what Juve actually feel, but to me, it's because I'm looking at. I have it playing on a separate thing. Or like on my, not separate thing, but the thing that runs it on the account, and it looks clean to me. So far, our stream hasn't been lagging for me. He's a lib. I just saw Khalid. He's a lib. He's a Timberback verb. I am not, but I'm not saying what I am. But we'll keep it off the channel. This isn't a political thing, but I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a lib. I wouldn't even. It doesn't matter.
It's just banter.
Your shirt would say
Yeah,
otherwise.
yeah. My
Just
shirt.
banter.
It's polo. It's a polo shirt. There's anyway, whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's a lamb. That's all I can think in my head now. Is that that's all it's gonna go. Oh yeah, Rand Paul, Kentucky. Yeah, we get it. Okay. Anyway. You guys rattled me over here now. Now I'm over here thinking of okay. Actually, let's get into Roe v. Wade. What do you guys think about abortion? Do you think it's a woman's right to choose, or do you think that anyway? Never mind.
Oh my god! Hey, wow, why did our view count jump up to like 100 and a bunch of people spamming the comments?
And they're all
what'd you do?
He's MAGA. He's MAGA Justin, and that's what they're gonna start saying now too. It's either he's a lib or he's MAGA. It's one of the two. Sorry guys. For anybody that's not American or Canadian, I mean, I guess some people still know what that means, but I apologize. I apologize to everybody.
Hey, wait. What does that say? Oh, NSA has joined the chat. Oh crap! Hey guys.
It says cancel Justin. Just says hashtag cancel.
Why is there? Hey, there's a black van driving in front of my house. So guys, you heard it from here at 5:09 p.m. Guys.
I was about to say. Usually, I'm the guy in the black van. So it's a black Ford Fusion though. Actually, it's what it is. But
yeah, I mean, creep up the side of the road.
I get paid to do it. It's my job. If people stop paying me to creep on people, it's what I do. It's what I get paid to do. Sounds weird to say it now. Anyway, Juve, right? We're talking Juve. This is what we're talking. Okay, the reason I say that because it looks like Juventus. Obviously, Milinkovic Savic is up there. I don't know what they rate it. I don't know. I don't have a great feeling on what they're. Because when it comes to the midfield, there's a lot of options. There's 4 or 5 options. 2 really good ones. Some maybe not as good ones, but would still be what I'm saying in the big splash category. There's a lot of other options if we're just going to go for anybody who's worth 15 to 20 million euros. And I don't even need to get into that topic right now. But my main question is, so it looks like Raspadori obviously is another player that they're definitely interested in. They're going to open up talks with Sassuolo following the Coppa Italia final. I thought they were going to open talks right after, they played Sassuolo when they were there. But it is what it is. Anyway, it seems like obviously that Raspadori is he's a high value candidate. Of course, I'm an Italian shill. I always want the Italian players. The Azzurri are important to me. But also, I feel like he is if you watch him, his engine, his motor, I like what he brings to the table. You all may disagree. I don't know. Feel free to jump in there. But Di Maria is another player that's being linked there. And they're saying that because Di Maria right now is basically... because he's a free agent. Because you're not paying any kind of wages outside of what he would sign on to. I don't know. Maybe there's an agent fee. I don't know if there's an agent fee there. But because you're saving money there, you'd be also able to sign Raspadori. While before they asked like a lot of hoops have to be jumped through before Raspadori can be signed. They talk about Moise Kean need to be sold off. Now that's not so certain, mainly because Everton are gonna be like, yeah, shit's too bad for you. I was trying to think of a better way to say it, but that's what I was gonna say. Anyway, so at this point, you can get Raspadori. I'm guessing he's probably gonna be about 25 mil. You think? I think they're asking 30. Or do you think less than that?
40.
You think 40?
40?
40.
Oh yeah. Sassuolo looks at Juventus and they just see dollar bills.
Yeah, but okay, hear this out. Okay, hear me out. They said that the same thing about Locatelli, and then Locatelli, I almost fainted because of the deal that got done. I was like, oh, okay, well, because I was on this channel, like crushing Arriva Bene and crushing Cherubini and saying they're bums, get them out of here. I didn't say it exactly, but I was frustrated. I had a lot of frustration, and I did not believe in the management for a while there. Paratici leaves. I shouldn't believe in him, but at the same time, you believe in. I was crushing them, and they come back, and it took a whole freaking month and a half, or maybe 2 months, or however long it took to get it done. But they end up coming back with a good. What was the final? Somebody remind me. 35 was 35.
35. 35 plus 5, so it's 35 plus bonuses, and then I think we paid $2 million for the initial kickoff of the loan.
And the initial, what was it? They were throwing out 50. They were throwing whatever out there to try to. They were saying, I know 50 came when he was playing that when he got those couple goals for the Azzurri early on in the Euro.
When I saw that game in the Euro, I was like, crap! Now we're not getting them. I was like, it's game over.
So I don't know. I personally don't. I still feel like I don't know until they overpay. Right now, I'm going to believe that Cherubini and Arriva Bene are going to probably get in around cut the baby in half, 30 mil.
Yeah, 30
It's
mil.
a terrible way
loan.
to say it.
Hey, well, the thing is here's what's going to fluctuate, what's going to justify the price. So, Raspadori, if you're watching this, if you have a burner account watching the stream, don't score, don't assist, just lay a goose egg for the rest of the season, and we'll buy you for 25.
Yeah, take a little nap. Champions League's not happening for them.
Yeah.
I don't even think Euro's possible, right? They're probably too far down.
They got slapped like 6 goals against. I forget who they played, but
was that Napoli? No,
it was Napoli.
Yeah,
it was the Detroit of Italy.
Yeah, sorry, yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you. The Napoli Tigers, if you will. All right, or Lions, I guess. We'll go with Lions. Yeah, the Tigers have actually done something recently, right? Didn't they win the World Series like within the last 10 years or something? I don't know.
No.
Did they?
They got swept.
Oh, did they make the World Series?
They made the World Series.
They made the World Series.
It's the Lions. Like it's just going to be the Lions because they get there. They're just like that thing, that dying light where you're just like, let me just no.
Hey, baseball, everyone. The other American sport nobody else in the world cares about.
Yeah. Right. No. Oh yeah. No. I will never go to bat for baseball. I can't do it. Like I don't like. The only kind of baseball I have is collegiate baseball, and it was because I was in college, and we literally had a group called the Bullpen Boozers, which is us getting blackout drunk and yelling, screaming obscenities that the coach would pay us to do, and he'd pay us to go on like trips with them and stuff like that. That'd be the only time I try to do baseball. It's a sport where you have to be there. I feel like than watching on TV. You have to be really invested to watch it on TV. I feel like
the only thing baseball ever gave me that I will remember forever is whenever I see something corny on a game, I'll just yell, "Hey, that's Bush League."
Yeah, exactly.
I use that in all sports. I just use that in life. You can.
Oh my goodness! Like when I'm playing football and like someone just does a really corny kick or a movement, I'm just like, hey man, that's Bush League. The Budweisers are over there.
This channel's Bush League. I mean, if we're being honest, this channel's Bush League. So it is what it is. But we're working on it. Yeah, it's Bush Light. Am I too loud for you guys? I have to adjust it because
you're always too loud.
I mean, I'm a loud dude.
But that's just you. Yeah, you be you.
That's how this channel runs. It's just because I'm loud and obnoxious, and that's what I do. Anyway, whatever. I just want to make sure because sometimes like I'll go back and rewatch it live, and I didn't realize how high I had it up, and it's just like me screaming over you all, and you guys are just like, yeah, we're over here, and it just I'd really like to be a player.
There's this one chat we got to take a quick intermission for. It's from Clinton Miner. So let's smash that like button like we're about to smash some tacos on Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Let's go on and do that. 25. If we get up to 30 likes, we'll eat Taco Bell right in front of camera. No, I'm just kidding.
My boy Wontons kill me. This is actually my friend Clay. He went to high school with me. He's a good guy. He's a UK fan. We to give him that. He's also a Reds fan. So he's it is what it is. He's struggling on one end. I think they lost like 18-3 or something like that yesterday. I can't remember exactly. So apologies to that, Clay. But what I will say is after this, I'm definitely going. We're going a little Unknown Paul. We're gonna get a little Unknown Paul. Do a couple margaritas. Then I'm gonna see Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness tonight. I'm good to go. So he'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that was just for me, guys. Sorry, nothing about you guys. Anyway, let's get back into it. So okay, what are we talking about? Economics in the chat? What's going on? Julian says go Red Legs. Are y'all getting feedback?
No.
Okay, I had a little bit of feedback. I don't know what's going on. Let me make sure that everything's turned down all right. Okay, so people are saying 30 mil for Raspadori. Edgar says, I like Raspadori. He's a quick thinker. I wish he had a bigger body as he would have solved Italy's center forward problem. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I kind of like his...
See, I like his current frame because the thing is Raspadori is a really good forward player where he can play anywhere on the line. So it's like, it's actually perfect because he can utilize any team's formation versus like if he was just a set play style like Scamacca. Like, and I kind of rate Raspadori over Scamacca just because Scamacca is like he's a one-trick pony. Like he only plays one certain style, which is like that big target man. And then like if you isolate him or if you put a tough center back on him, that's it. Like his hands are washed. Like he can't do anything. Whereas Raspadori, he can either beat you on the left, he can beat you on the right, or he can play behind a big forward, which I would love to see a Vlahovic Raspadori front line just because of I honestly think that they complement each other with their play styles because you have Raspadori that actually hovers around the striker, so you'd have Vlahovic do a quick flick, and then you could literally just send in Raspadori, which he has pace, so he is quick, fast. So like I get the argument where you wish he has size, but it just doesn't, like, I mean, if you wanted him to be a little bit bulky, but that's just going to hurt him on the wings. And I think that's where Raspadori is really dangerous, especially since because Juventus is a counterattacking team. That's how we play. So like if you're able to do a quick 1-2 tempo pass and you send Raspadori into the to the wing, it's deadly, especially when you're having ball, and he also can dribble too, which is a plus there.
Yeah. No, I see, and I tend to agree with you. I do like that about Raspadori. I feel like he's got this almost like mousy tendency, and I feel like he can definitely, like, you know what I mean. Like, this is what I think about whenever I think about smaller players. Like, you can kind of sneak in and out there, and he's, you know, a little bit harder to get a hold of. What? It's weird. I don't know why that was a weird way to say that. Anyway, I need to say the show's a disaster with at Ale. Okay, Hanine. You're right. You're absolutely right. The thing is, this is kind of what I want to do on the channel. Is because like there's only so much we can do when we want to talk. Like it's okay.
It's a slow news day.
Think about doing it like a yeah. I mean, there's stuff definitely to talk about. There's other topics, but it's kind of like sports radio kind of thing. Like I want to keep it. I love you, Ale. If you're watching it, I love you. But you know how I feel about just like strictly straight talking boring sports the entire time. And this is not boring sports, but the same topics every day. It's a slog to get through. Sometimes I just have a little bit of levity, get a little bit of nonsense thrown in there. To me, I think it's also about, you know, it's about more than just that. So you're right, Hanine. I'll work on it. I'll do better. I'll be better for you. I'll be better for you. I love Rami's over here. Any actual news about Juventus? You know what, Rami? Yes, we'll get to it. We'll get to the news. Anyway, okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, I did want to come back to, let's see. No chance 40. It'll be ideal 30 with like 2 years left. Yeah, I'm with Norbert on that one. I do agree with Norbert there. I don't think it gets up to 40. I don't think it actually. I don't think it'll actually get done for 40. Let's say that.
Yeah, you never. That's why I always just like to highball Sassuolo, because they always just throw some ridiculous price tags on youngsters. Which I actually thought, if you guys saw the interview with Igor Tudor, he was someone was like, so like, hey, what do you think about Sassuolo's like players having like promising players and stuff like that? And he's like, we're higher than them on the table. He's like, why are you guys talking to me about this? Like, this makes no sense.
Right.
But it's Sassuolo. I mean, they're technically like Juventus's development team, because it was either them and Fiorentina that just send up all their youngsters to us. So hey, I'm happy with it. But yeah. And then there was another comment, I think it was Neubert or Hanine made, that Juventus is replacing their strength training coach and their nutritionist staff. So that's always a positive news, because like I know one thing, so a lot of people always undersell the strength and conditioning coach. Those guys are probably the most important people on your staff, because the thing is they're the ones that essentially prep your players to make sure that they don't get injured. They're the ones that actually tell your players this is what you need to do and how you need to do it. I'm not a fan of Conte as a coach, but Conte does have really good strength and conditioning coaches, because his system of play is super demanding. So he's got some really good performance coaches that keeps their players from getting injured. Because you know, with Conte, we never saw that with when he was running Inter, that they had an injury crisis. The only two teams that have injury crisis is AC Milan and us. So we needed to do that. I'm surprised that they didn't do it sooner. I'm surprised Ronaldo didn't bring in a certain kind of strength coach, because you know how much he invests in his body. But
there's some guys that good. The thing is, if you look at those guys that are viewed as the best, like they don't get injured that much. Like even Ronaldo was injured, but like it wasn't anything like, you know, he had a couple injuries there, but it was the normal thing that we expect from most players that we love to see, which is like he missed a couple games here and there, but otherwise he's basically there the entire season. I also feel like it's just kind of some people are just genetically or whatever gifted when it comes to recovery. They're able to recover, and some people just don't recover as well. Like I know some people, like you get your first sports injury and you're done. Like, you know.
No, I get you, but it's also you have to have a great staff on that in regards, because so like for example, it's inevitable someone's going to get knocked, but it's their job to mitigate the seriousness of it. So like for example, the difference between a grade 1 and a grade 3 lesion on your quad or your hamstring, like that's something a strength coach can tell you. Hey, when you're decelerating, this is what you want to do as far as foot placements and stuff like that. Because you know players are focused on going fast, and there's this theory. So I have a strength coach that I work with, and he always tells me the Ferrari, the engine of a Ferrari, but the brakes of a Honda Civic.
Yep.
So it's like, every players are focused on going fast, but the problem is slowing down, stopping, or changing direction is what really causes most players to get injured. So like if you don't have a a good staff to teach you on how to hit the brakes properly, you're just asking for trouble. So I think this is a great move for Juventus, even though they're not players or anything significant like that. But it's important. Like, one of the things I was always talking about when it came to Dybala is like, this dude needs to hire a strength coach, man, because this guy has more quad lesions than a happy person at Taco Bell with tacos, man. Like, it's ridiculous.
I do agree with that. So you're telling me that you believe that Big Z coming here would be great with the staff that we have. That he's no, I'm kidding. Obviously, it would be the worst thing that would happen then. I feel like a lot of people, maybe that's one reason. Obviously, people aren't excited because of the ACLs. You know, I guess ACLs matter. I guess having an ACL that works may matter. But at the same time, like him coming back in, obviously, maybe it's just people, and it makes sense. They're just even more put off because of just how bad our staff has been when it comes to
we joke about ACLs, but if you think about now with how medical and sports science has gone, where like you see like a lot of have come back from ACL injuries the same as or better than ever. So like I don't know. I mean, like it's possible. It's honestly, it depends on the player. Like, if the player's willing to adapt his game style, work on it, and adjust to it, he'll be good. Like Ronaldo had that. It's like tendonitis or something, where his knee is constantly just degenerating, and he just found a way. He just adjusted his style and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna move on and do it like this." So it depends on the adaptability, but you have to have a great back end staff with physio and medical and nutritionist staffs. Those guys can make or break your franchise. Like, it's an unsung hero that we forget about, but it's one of those things that you need.
This is also a good look on the management end too, because they've seen a problem and they're attempting to fix it within essentially the first year of them taking the helm. So the back end is doing what they need to do, on at least when it comes to the medical staff. We've seen some good deals now with Locatelli. I mean, these are all just positive signs that happen in the background that maybe the casual fan isn't noticing, but I mean, this is good for the future. And if we're doing a rebuild and then we're rebuilding back end as well, those are just really good takeaways.
I think for sure. No, I completely agree. I think the management as a whole has made some really good moves in the last year. When it comes to like buying, trying to move players, doing the Paratici leaving, the guys coming in. So I'm trusting in them. I'm hoping it works. We'll see what happens. There are a couple of questions out here I do want to cover, so I don't want to stick too long on this. But definitely, we'll see what happens. It's one of those things too of like, we don't cover our medical, strength whatever experts as well. So like, I don't think I'd be one to really speak on how good of a doctor this is or how whatever. Like, even here locally with like the sports here, I mean, my mom works she worked in the medical field, and she knew a lot of the sports medicine doctors who worked for like U of L. I can't tell you, like in comparison, it's not the same as like player comparison and all that. So hopefully they know what they're doing. Hopefully they don't bleep this up for us. One of the things. So there's a couple of things to talk about. I think Norbert was saying, I'm telling you, this is huge news. Stoked about it. So I think he was talking about the medical stuff.
The staff. Yep.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, that'll be awesome for Juventus. Hopefully it works out. First off, John Tino saying, any Mbappe Zebra story news? No, anybody who tries to do that is just clickbaiting you, which means maybe tomorrow's news video we might be doing it. We'll see. Maybe we will try to clickbait. No, we won't do that. I mean, I see people do stuff like that. I would have fun with it, and obviously it's a joke kind of thing, but like at the same time, I mean, I love reporting on, I would say, eat the trash kind of thing. You're just eating the trash when it comes to all the rumors and stuff, but like that's what we do. But there's some that are just so outlandish that it's obvious. Like we're not going to report every single little thing that goes out there. Edgar, okay, I know you can put this in here. My guy Edgar's here, and I want to respond to this, but the answer for 1,000 times, no, it's not happening. He asked. Let me read it real quick. And then I'll let you off the leash. Now that Moisikin and Renata may be at the exit door, do you agree that a cheap Icardi loan makes sense? It doesn't, because, just for me real quick, it doesn't, because Raspadori, Di Maria, the other options that'll be up there first, so you'll be going in the attacking mindset. I just don't think Icardi does. You all go. Take it from here.
No. So like, PSG is not going to give us Icardi on a loan, even if we were to go for that. They're going to be like, nah, you're going to buy this dude and Wanda and his extra baggage. And the thing is like, what does Icardi offer? Like, what does he have? Like, Icardi, to me, he can't play as a substitute because he just doesn't have that, he can't come in there and like score within 5 or 10 minutes. Like maybe Luis Muriel could like 3 seasons ago where he was like this ridiculously good super sub, but like I don't understand what Icardi has to offer that like we need to have like Icardi as a backup. Like Icardi's not going to come in here and just stay as a backup to Vlahovic, even if we were to look for it. So it's like that move doesn't make sense. Like I don't understand it, and his play style doesn't make sense either because he's not really that tall. So like if you're to put him in as a super sub to like force balls into the back of the net, we don't play to the play style that you need for Icardi. Like Icardi is like a player that sits in the box and you just spam balls in the box and hope one sticks. So it's just, for me, it makes no sense to bring him in. He offers nothing besides just a toe tap or a toe bash into the net.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I just caught that as I was talking. Yeah, it doesn't make sense though. You're right. Even if we are kicking guys in the nuts, I just don't see. I just don't see why. Okay, if you are a fan of Icardi and that's what you keep on asking, I mean, I support your
let's just say this
player.
real quick. Edgar, I love Edgar. Edgar's been on the channel since we basically started day one. I mean, we haven't been around that long. It's been less than a year. It'll be a year and like a month or two. Actually, like 2 months, I think.
June, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's June. We launched in June. Yeah, so I guess a month. Yeah, a month. Holy crap, that's fast. Yeah. Anyway, Edgar has been here since like day one. I get it. You know what Edgar is to me, and Giuseppe was saying about one of our other members. We used to be enemies. Now we're frenemies. I love you, Giuseppe. Said that Zaniolo's a good player, but injury-wise, is Dybala, Ramsey. Yeah, and you're right. And I think also what we may have here is a similar situation with Edgar that I have with Big Z, which is I'm in love with this player. I like this player. I want to see him in my shirt. Nobody else wants him. Nobody else who's a fan of my team wants him, and that's kind of where we're sitting at. And I'm right there with you, Edgar. Different players, but I understand what we're doing, and that's just where we're at right now. It's not happening. Icardi's time has passed, and we're getting close to. If it's not this season, Zaniolo's time has passed as well. When he could have been here, a couple seasons ago, kind of thing. Which I mean, money would have been crazy, so it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Well, you know what messed the Zaniolo was when they sold when Barotta, or I believe he was the previous owner of Roma, where Roma it was like the older, because when Zaniolo broke out, we were going to get him, and then like the new owner came in and was like, "Hey, Juventus, you want Zaniolo?" Psych. And this was before he tore his ACL. And coincidentally, Demiral and Zaniolo tore their ACL the same game. It was like 5 minutes apart of each other.
Right. Khalid says Juventus Twitter bleeps should be all over this channel. Clarify that for me, my man. I'm trying to understand what that means. Are you saying, is that a shot at us? I know it's not, because Khalid's a good guy and he's always saying nice things about the channel. But clarify that. I don't understand what that means. Let's see. And then Giuseppe says Kulu and Demiral are officially gone this summer, which will be 40-45 million incoming. One of the things that did bother me about that one, Romeo Grassi said it, so it's Bible, right? He said that we're going down to 20 mil for him. It said 28 was already coming down. Remember, the number was up there, like we were hoping to get 40 or whatever, 35, something like that.
For Kulu or for Demiral?
Demiral.
But is that taking off the loan fees? That's what I mean.
No. So I thought, because they paid us money for initially, I thought it was between 5 to 8 million for the initial like start of the loan, and then it was like a buyout option for 20.
Was it? Okay, because I need clarification there.
Something like that.
I thought it was only like a couple mil, but I could be wrong.
That's how I was seeing it. Yeah, I think that just needs to be confirmed if we can get that contract somehow and just see what it actually says. But I think that's what it actually is.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Giuseppe on your beard. That's 2 nights in it. What's going on?
Hey, Giuseppe's my guy now. We see that. Thank you, Giuseppe. Beard brush. It is another level. I will say, before we even did the channel thing, when I first started growing my beard, if you have a beard, you definitely gotta get one of these. You gotta train them. Otherwise, you get people that have like their beards where it's all like pubic hair basically, and it's like curly going whatever direction. Don't let it happen. No, yours is.
No, I keep it short.
I keep it short and kept. Why. But when you start letting it grow out, like me, I think I need to trim it down a little bit. I realize I have a big ass head, and like I'm a big dude anyway, so like I need to trim it down. Otherwise, my head looks larger and more gigantic than it already does. So anyway, but yeah, you got to train the hair, you got to train the flowers. I appreciate you, Giuseppe. Look at I think he dropped a what's it called yesterday, a donation to the channel. So Giuseppe's he's gold over here on the channel now. He's my guy.
I sense a bit of a bromance.
No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We got time.
Though? Honestly, I gotta say, you guys would make a really cute couple.
You know what?
Really cute couple.
You literally don't know what he looks like, so I don't know either. So all you see is the green G, and that's all you know. You know, Davide, you and I are closer to a bromance than anybody in here. You've slid into the DMs more than a couple times. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you know, I'm just the dad watching over here in third person.
We'll see. I think you and Ale. It might be more of a you and Ale thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Put a 1 in the chat if you guys think it's Justin and Davide. 2 in the chat if it's me and Ale.
Yes, you let us know there. We gotta find Julian somebody. Is what we're saying. He just got married, but you know,
you can just be the guy in the corner watching.
Yeah.
So
that's you. Never mind. That's what we get.
So I see a comment from John Cena. I can surprisingly see John Cena.
You can't see it. Yeah.
Surprisingly, so Arthur Broya exchange. It'll make us Albanians happy. Yeah, I mean it could, but the thing is, John, is I think Broya needs a little bit more time to develop at Southampton, because the thing is he's kind of like he's like what you used to play back in FIFA 15, where you had the guy with like 99 pace and you just lob the ball, and if he gets it, he gets it. I think Broya needs a little bit more development before he goes on to a big team, and also Chelsea's really reluctant to let Broya go too. So if you guys don't know, Armando Broya, we're Albanian shills, just kind of like how Justin's an Italian shill. He's like finally a player that can break on to the scene as an Albanian, because we don't really do that well. But yeah, but I mean, Broya's a great player, but he's just kind of like a speedster with a step back and a cut over. So I still think he needs to develop a little bit more. I think he'd struggle in Italy versus like the open play style in the Prem.
Yeah, no, and I completely get that, and that's one of those things too, where like I also understand when people want to see their guy, or you know, I'm not trying to do the representation.
There's representation.
You know, we're not doing that this year. But I do understand that. Like we had a Romanian person who was excited about. Why am I blanking on his name? Dragusin, about him. Right, he's Romanian, right? Yeah, about him playing and stuff like that. So I get that. And like me, obviously, Weston McKennie coming was really cool. Seeing American finally play for my club.
Man, when he was doing so bad, you were just so on that wagon so hard.
Oh, I had to be. You don't go to the war with the U.S. and me not take up for my brother. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Anyway.
Yeah, but to follow up with John too as well is I think I'm kind of curious to see what your take. Type it in the chat, John, about Nadim Bayrami. He's one of Empoli's creative forwards. He's a center attacking midfielder. I believe he's got double-digit goals as a midfielder and double-digit assists. Don't quote me on it, but he's also
play for the Albanian national team.
Yeah, he does. He's because the thing is, the interesting thing about the Albanian national team is that they do have some really promising youngsters. I'm a little bit upset with Mourinho benching Kumbula, because I thought Kumbula was a really good player that Juventus was tracking before when Pirlo came in as a replacement center back, but Mourinho just benched him and ended his career practically. But yeah, no, it's I would look into that, John. Let me know what you think so I can see it this time.
Yeah, let us know that for sure. And then Hanin was clarified. Yeah, 28 was for fee loan and bonus. Okay, if that is, then it's fine. I saw that and I was like, wait a second. I thought it was 28. I may have forgotten. It happens. Zenith, do not spoil it. Actually, I spoil myself all the time. I think I already know what happens. I think I
already
did it. But we're not going to spoil it. But Zenith, actually, I need to call you the bomb dropper, because that's what he did the other day. Dropped $100 or €100 bomb, which is more than $100. So my guy, you guys are whatever, taking care of us. Joseph Carballo, another one of our members, says, "What's up, guys? Look at Justin with the Fashion Nova mention." It's not fashion. I don't know what Fashion Nova is. I don't know what that is, but it's not. It's just a polo shirt. It's a polo shirt in summertime. I threw something on real quick. I was doing work. You guys will see the in-game work of the studio, what it'll look like eventually. But right now, I'm doing a little bit of construction down here.
Where do you buy a shirt like that?
The polo store, the polo, just literally at Ralph Lauren.
Okay, I'm not a fashionista. I'm not
a fashionista either. I here's the thing, and people always wonder, like, I don't know. I have no shame, so like I will literally wear anything. I've worn. I remember saying, my wife, her parents were like, not shocked but surprised. We had a Christmas party, and we not us hosting, but somebody else had a Christmas party, and we were supposed to do like an ugly Christmas sweater, some kind of competition. You get free booze if you win or whatever. I did the full A Christmas Story, the pink bunny, costume outfit or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I showed up in that one, so I'll wear anything. I'll do anything for a couple bucks, you know, so for free booze is what I'm saying.
That's a classic movie too.
It is. It's good. My granddad makes me watch it every single time, and he's my granddad, not my no, because it's on my other side. That's why I said that. Yeah. Just for people to clarify. Anyway, Edgar is saying, what is Artur's residual value at the end of the season? I mean, the amount we had to sell him at to avoid financial fair play loss.
I think it's above. I think it's 45 to 55 million.
Yeah, I mean that's what people throwing out the idea of, you know, because Arsenal are interested in him, the Gabriel who they have, players like that. Maybe we try to work out some kind of deal. We'll see.
Yeah, no, the only solution for Arthur is send him to the Premier League.
Yeah, and I'm not super worried because I think they really do want him, and I think maybe I'm not super worried because he's probably one of our best options. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah,
wow, Giuseppe? Okay, that makes sense. Are you okay? I'm not a BBM. Oh, I thought it said BBW. I thought it said that. I thought it said that. I was going, okay, Drake. Bruh. All right, Drake. I like my women BB. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about? I don't even like Drake. Clay, don't listen to...
That's my boy, apparently. He's from my hometown.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Drake. Oh, yeah. Oh, he is Drake. Yeah. He's a Kentucky guy, so I'm not a Drake guy. I'm a Jack Harlow guy. I know like two of his songs. That's about it.
Okay, anyway. So there's I don't know if this is bait or not, but Edgar's saying is Vlahovic fool's gold. Like, you know, so Alejandro and I.
No, Edgar actually believes this. He actually does believe this.
Yeah, okay. So Ali and I debunked this a couple of weeks ago, and there was also a bigger Italian. It's a Serie A YouTube channel. I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to do it, but they like posted a video saying that like, oh yeah, so I think Vlahovic isn't just doing well and blah blah blah. Like their arguments were kind of baloney because like the thing is like statistically he's doing the same. If you take out penalties, it's the same he scored in Fiorentina for open play goals as he does with us. The only difference is we're not drawing that many penalties because most of Juventus doesn't play in the box. We don't have dribblers that play in the box. So as far as saying that Vlahovic is a fool's gold, I mean, dude's finishing, man. Like he's got great finishing. Like for the Bologna game's a perfect example. Like most players will see Alvaro Morata's half attempt of a bicycle kick to go out and not make a play for it. Where well, you see Vlahovic literally just come in there and dart at the ball. So like, he's not a wash, guys. Like, trust me on this one. It's just because we're not drawing as many. I believe we're like not even top 5 in penalties awarded in the league too. So it's like if we got more pens, or if you know all the other fans say Rubentus and all that baloney there, you'd see Vlahovic double his scoring tally. But dude's not fool's gold. The guy's doing fairly well in open play.
No, I think you'll definitely see something develop there when this Mercado, if we get through this Mercado and you get a Di Maria, if you get Chiesa back healthy, if you get Respirator, if you get some more firepower there, guys that will actually help out, and then you get a creative midfielder, or you know, you get a midfield that can actually create something.
Yeah,
you're gonna be seeing.
Look who's feeding him now: Dybala, Keane,
Rabiot.
Yeah, Rabiot, Morata.
Those guys are not feeding up for the game.
Yeah, Rabiot's starving him. That's what he's doing.
And that's the thing, is that Vlahovic is showing up for the games, getting so frustrated that he's not getting the service, and then he's getting yelled at by Allegri because he's trying too hard without purpose. But that's because the rest of the team has no purpose.
I'll be honest, right now, I when I say he probably is, but I'm not seeing the frustration yet. Because when I say that, what I mean is Ronaldo. And I'm sorry, I compared him to Ronaldo because just at a level, I view them as similar when it comes to, what you're paying him, what you expect from them, whatever. I know he's not Ronaldo. He's not Messi. Those are two different players. Those are, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Obviously, I'm leaving somebody out. I'm not going to say their name. Anyway, when it comes to that. But I think the one thing I haven't noticed from him is I haven't noticed serious frustration like I noticed from Ronaldo. Like, I'm sure there's a little bit. I see just a tiny bit. But he's at least giving it his all when I see him out there.
So Ronaldo was crying.
Yeah.
He was just frustrated because he's not getting the service and he's trying to break through the defense. It's just professional frustration. Like, don't compare that with Ronaldo. Ronaldo was a crybaby.
He was sort of.
Yeah. we're about to trigger the whole Ronaldo fan base, but yeah, no, like Ronaldo to me, like his time at Juve was like, hey, I'm here for the dollar bills and like work on my marketing career. I don't really care that much about winning. Like he was here for stats and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Add more trophies for a league that he hasn't had already, and I mean that's fine. I'll take him, but at the same time, I mean, you also look at his. I mean, this is a whole nother show in the summer. It's a colossal failure if you look at it, really. If you look at what what we missed out on the money, all that stuff. Norbert says Vlahovic is better than Haaland. Hope Julian's not here right now because Julian will fight you.
I don't know that actually. So that argument might actually have some premise, just because, like, for example, just the play styles that they have. It depends. I mean, we'll have to see. We need to see more out of Vlahovic, like more consistency, but. I don't know, man, because like the thing is I'm curious to see what Haaland does in a top 5 league per se in the Premier League. So the Premier League, the defenders are a lot bigger, a lot more aggressive they are in the Bundesliga. Like, I mean, the Bundesliga, I'm sorry, guys, they don't know how to play defense. Like, it's a wide open game. So, you can make the argument that, he scores in the Champions League, but like, let's look at it. So Dortmund is always out round of 16 at tops. So like they're only playing maybe one elite team in their group just due to how the seeding system is in the Champions League. So like I'm curious to see how Haaland plays against Manchester United twice a year, Arsenal twice a year, Chelsea twice a year, Liverpool twice a year. Even like, and I'm not trying to hype up the Prem, but like those guys are big and fast. The Premier League is all about big, strong. So like those guys are going to be hitting him. And if you've seen his injury record at Dortmund right now, he has muscle issues. He gets knocks. So like Vlahovic actually has a better bill of health than Haaland does. So that's going to be interesting to see within a couple of years.
He's a tank, Vlahovic. And that's one of the reasons why we have him, is because he's a tank.
Yeah.
Edgar also responds saying, I'm not saying for sure Vaughts is bad, but to be honest, I'm not sure what exactly he is. I need to see him with a good midfield. Yeah, we all do. We all do. That's going off of that. Giuseppe also says it's shocking that Fiorentina have twice the amount of PKs that Juve.
Yeah. I can answer that for you, Giuseppe. Here's the thing: watch Juve on film. They're too afraid to dribble. I mean, like this year, Quadrado forgot how to dribble the ball for some reason, and then like outside of Quadrado, like who dribbles? Nobody dribbles. It's
no Chiesa.
Well,
no Chiesa.
Well, something I've also hounded on during a lot of our ratings and stuff that we've done is I've said about how, I mean, guys like Rabiot, half our midfield, Archer is another one of them. They're afraid to get in that final third of the pitch. They don't want to go into it. They get right on the border and then they pull back. And that's what they do every single day. You were talking about the other day, Dash, maybe it was yesterday or whatever it was, about them literally just passing along the back line. Just literally back and forth. And that's what they like to do. And they just like to hope that something magically is going to become available for them. Like, long ball it for Bonucci, give him to deliver a long ball and hope that, that Vlahovic finds a way to score. If you have any comments, let me know real quick. I do, before we get out of here, we're not going to get out of here right now, but I do want to go ahead and throw the last topic, and people were asking about news. There was one thing, Allegri had some comments that I just want to get your all's feelings on.
Let's do it.
All right. The very first comment he opened up, I guess, I don't know if this, what it was, I guess it was an interview or whatever. It's not a, wait,
it's probably, it's a pregame presser.
Okay, well, this would be one that I usually do, but people don't really like to watch those for some reason. They usually watch the news, not as much the Allegri pressers, which honestly, you get as much content out of those, I feel like, than you get half the news sometimes because of the stuff he says. A lot of coach speak though as well, and I like to make sure I ding the bell basically every time a coach speak thing comes up. Just hit it so people know. Just ignore what he's saying. But he said this, and I almost fainted. I don't know what to say. He said, "From now until the end of the season, we must try to get as many points as possible. We reached the minimum objective of 4th place 3 days before the end of the season, and we are happy about that. Tomorrow we must play a good game." But really, just that first sentence, we need to get as many points as the rest of the... No, you don't. You do not need to get more points. You're good. We're Gucci, dude.
I think he's trolling. I'm sorry. I think he's trolling. It's Coach.
And I that's the hardest part of this is I need to work on my Italian and like learn it. So like, but you can't play it. You can't play Sounders on an English channel to hear Italian because it doesn't translate the same. You can't hear the inflection or whatever when he's saying it. So I need to hear that because like here in America when guys are saying it, you can tell and you can discern that. With this one, part of me fired me up. I was like, if he's serious, there's like not many people that really, nobody responded to that. And I'm like, how did nobody respond to that? You don't need any more points. All you need to do is everybody can go take a little nap until we get literally to the Coppa Italia. Focus on that, win the damn thing, If you don't, we're gonna have a conversation about that. But
Did Sky Sports release the projected lineup? If anybody knows in the chat, just go ahead and throw that in there because I saw a couple of simulated lineups where Moretti is starting that game.
yeah, we don't have Sky Sports. We have Giovanni Albanese. Does he work for no? He works for he has Chesney, Quadrado, Bonucci, Rugani, DeCilio, Archer, Moretti, Rabiot, Dybala, Vlahovic, Moise Kean. So 4-3-3.
Rotating someone across the squad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I understand Vlahovic. You want to get him a goal, or get him his goals. Is he still leading, or is he not now? I don't even know.
Immobile. I think Immobile scored a couple in that weird game against Spezia, so he's overtaking him.
That's the only time Immobile can do anything. But yeah, okay. I mean, I like to see that Moretti's getting some play, and since he didn't play for the U23, I watch every U23 match there is. But I'm glad to see that he got to play, or that he's going to get to play another match and get a chance to prove for next season. Because I really liked what I saw. Need says I would seriously play the U19 team. I don't disagree with her. I kind of would too, just for shits and gigs. Just go out there. Let's see what you can do. Watch them play better. Right?
Just throw them out there. Do something.
Right.
Like look at who he's speaking to. He's speaking to everyone, all the fans. Mm-hmm. I bet you if you were to just ask the random fan on the street in Ternino, hey, do you want Juve to go for third? Do you want them to push? They're probably like, yeah, we want to do as good as we can. I mean, we're looking at it a bit more objectively where, okay, this Copa match a few days later is much more important. Can you hear my dog scratching? Hey.
Yeah, we can.
We're
not professionals. It's fine.
Look,
it's like always right when I talk. I can't even mute myself.
We gotta win the Copa, man. We gotta at least put the first nail of a trophyless season for Inter because the Super Copa is a participation medal, so that doesn't mean anything. But the fact that everyone's projecting those bums in Milano to win everything in Italy, just to put that first nail in the coffin and just to kind of sip our espresso when Milan closes the season out, just to laugh in their face. But that's my main aspirations for it. I think Allegri's just trying to rustle Inzaghi's jimmies by saying that, hey, yeah, we're totally running our starters and blah blah blah, just to rub it in his face and then put out our B team.
Well, that is a take that I was going to have. That a part of me wondered was, you can throw whatever the hell you want out there. You can say whoever's going to start, but then game day comes and you can throw anything else. There's nobody. They don't make you lock it in or anything like that that early on. So you could play mind games in this situation.
Yeah.
What it really does, I don't know how much it does besides you're resting guys, and that's what we need right now.
And then Khalid had a question here. It says, I want to like Keane, but I don't think he is under Allegri, just the Allegri effect. So I'll kind of rebuttal this and say that when he went to Everton, because he wanted to get more playing time and kind of to be the big man, he flopped at Everton. Because the thing is it's recurring everywhere where Keane goes that he has a work ethic issue. He just doesn't have the drive to truly go for it and take that next step. At PSG, everyone can make the argument, and there was another YouTube channel, an Italian YouTube channel, that was talking about Moise Kean this, blah blah blah, with last year about the whole PSG thing. But no offense to Ligue 1 fans and that, but dude, it's the French league, man. When you're coming in for backups for Mbappe and Neymar when they're already winning the game 2-0, you can score a tap in every now and then in France. It's one of those things where it's just Depay was absolutely crushing it in France this season before he goes to Barcelona and barely makes the bench. So I wouldn't rate players that go to Ligue 1 and they come especially to Italy, where Italy is a lot more tactical as far as how they play to dominate. So Moise Kean, unless he finds a way to light the fire within him to actually want to train and do things properly to move to that next step, he's always going to be what he is. I think he's more or less of a Balotelli 2.0, but without the talent that Balotelli had, because Balotelli could pull magic out of his butt just because he had it. But Keane just doesn't have it. Mancini says the same thing. They said that at Everton about Moise Kean, where he didn't even want to learn English to communicate with his teammates and whatnot. And he was always out partying down in Manchester or in the London area when he was in England. So to me, it's a work ethic issue. I wanted to like him when he exploded on the scene in 2019, but you can't, man. He just doesn't have the work ethic for it.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good summation. I know you love
everyone
Moise
knows
Kean.
I like him. Yeah, and I want him to be good too. Like I'm with you, Khalid, but oh man, it's just reality hurts sometimes.
Moises another one. I mean, obviously, he's Italian, so that's probably one of the things that it endears me to him automatically. And then his history of Juventus. But at the same time, yeah, it's just, you can tell when it's not clicking, it's not working, and it's just kind of at this point, cut your losses, move on. Yeah, I understand that in the circus.
And then
Also,
I think he also followed up here too. He says, "True, but explain Kulusevski." So Kulusevski is kind of like a one-trick pony, where he can only play in a certain position or a certain style. Where Kulusevski has to play in a wide three in a counter-attacking or a fast-paced style. Because the thing is one of the things that Kulusevski lacks is his ability to take someone on one-on-one, just because he isn't that fast. So he's balling at Tottenham because he has Son, which is the pace master on the left wing, and he has Kane, which is the target man in the middle. At Juventus, when we run a front three, we don't have that because Chiesa's out. So like without Chiesa, you don't have that pace or that guy willing to dribble. And then also in the middle, you had Morata or Keane or Dybala, which none of those guys are a viable target man. So putting Kulusevski on the right would just isolate him and just keep him stuck. Because the thing is if you have a slow attack buildup, Kulusevski, I don't want to say he's useless, but he can't play in his skill set. Because, like, for example, the season that he did good with Pirlo was we had Chiesa, Ronaldo, and Kulu. So, like, Ronaldo was your main target guy that draws at least 2 or 3 defenders on him. Chiesa was breaking onto the scene, so Chiesa had a lot of one-on-one isolation with a lot of defenders, and he was able to beat them frequently. And that opened up Kulusevski to either, throw in a good pass or take a shot. Whereas, like, with Allegri is a lot slower in the build-up, and it just completely hinders Kulusevski's ability. Where Conte is a very fast counterattacking coach, where, like, if you watch it, he's counterattacking you in less than 3 passes. It's 1 pass to the target man, the 2nd pass to your fast winger, and then the 3rd pass to either your target man or the right winger to finish. So it's just the play style that suits Kulusevski, and the problem is he can't adapt. It's either his age or just kind of where his ceiling is. Like, he has to play in a front 3.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
He's an awkward player. Yeah, sorry, he's kind of an awkward player that he needs to fit in somewhere that wasn't here clearly. So
yes,
I mean, it just is. It is what it is. He's not a bad player. It just didn't work out. And, we'll take the money.
And the good thing is we didn't take a loss on him, because in theory we bought him for 45. We're technically selling him for around 45. So.
Yeah, some guys just don't work in certain systems, and there's a lot of guys that don't work under Allegri's system. It's unfortunately too another thing that we have to look, especially offensively. Clay, since we do need more likes, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button as well. Like I said, go to your other room, find grandma, slap her up, take her phone, hit the like button. Make sure she watches the videos too. We need watch time. That always helps. And then also, we got our first dislike. I think that might have been because your Moise Kean hate. And I think that's what it was. It must have been that. I think some guys just really like Moise Kean. It may have been Davide. Maybe Davide went in and hit the dislike button because of it. We don't know.
I do that once in a while just to mess with you.
He does, just to put me in my place a little bit with the channel. I think I appreciate anything else. I think we're going to get out of here. I got a few more things to do today, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Any other final thoughts on any of the topics we talked about before obviously going into a match day, which tomorrow is?
Well, I'll answer the one that's Kendozo92 that says, "What do you think about Fabregas on a free transfer? Experience help the youngsters." I didn't know he still played. I'm surprised he still plays somewhere. So I
didn't either.
I don't. I don't know. I think his legs are run. I don't think in soccer or in football that you need a locker room guy per se. But
you can say soccer. We're not going to crush you. They may crush you for saying it, but
it's an instinst, and it just sounds weird saying it.
It is what it is. You can't help
it's
yourself.
An ugly American thing that we do.
If in America you say. If you say football in America and you don't talk about the hand football, NFL, whatever, or that stuff, you'll get roasted. Like, they don't know what the hell you're talking about. They'll put you on a pitchfork, lynch you, hang you up to dry.
I think here they say football. If you try to say it that way,
it's football. It's football. And then here in the U.S., I troll them and I say hand egg just to mess with the NFL folk. They just look at me and scoff. And they're like, "You European."
I'm an American football guy, and that makes my skin crawl a little bit. That's what I will say. Anyway, I mean, it's not inaccurate though. Davide, any final thoughts before we get out of here? What do you? I mean, I don't care about your predictions for Genoa. No offense. It doesn't matter. You always predict it.
What I have to think. He just needs to fill some airtime.
Yeah, I just need somebody to talk for me, so I can just do this, get that revenue from view time. That's what we do. No,
that's it. Sorry. No, just a reminder that Julian is the 2 J's messed me up. I'm sorry.
Know, right?
Julian will be doing a watch along, he said, tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. If he is, I don't know, confirm it. But stay tuned for that.
I think he is doing a watch along. I appreciate you for for maintaining my channel for me. So I appreciate that. No, I'm glad you did because I totally forgot about that. Julian will be doing a watch along. I've been wanting to join him for watch alongs. Unfortunately, it's Oaks Day. I got to be drinking, so I'll be doing that tomorrow instead. I really, but also we need to figure it out because I want to do watch alongs as well. But 2 live people reacting, and then with streaming and stuff like that, it's so hard to get it right on the money. So I don't know how that'll work out in the future. Yeah. But Julian will be doing it tomorrow. Have fun, guys. If you go in the videos, let's see. Is there anybody here who's done it? I don't think anybody here. It's always it's like Ryan Saliba and somebody else. They always do it, and they go. Hasta, did you do it before? I can't remember. But people go in there and they write in before the goal happens. So it literally takes the entire air out of Julian because he's like, oh, okay, score.
It's
Vlahovic just scored, guys.
Yep.
Mr. Dax did it 2 weeks in a row.
Dax. It was Dax. Sorry, my bad, Hasta. But yeah, there's some people who do that. I'm like, guys, just wait for it. Then go crazy. But I get also maybe Julian don't. Well, you have to pay attention to the chat, otherwise it's a boring stream. Anyway, we'll figure that eventually. All right, let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here. Thank you as well. As always, to Dash. I was about to call you Julian for some reason. To Dash, to Davide for joining me as always. Davey Wavy is here with us. If you haven't already, guys, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Make sure you follow bianconerizone at bianconerizone on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you haven't already considered it, join the member squad. You can join in on videos like Dash and Davide. The 2 Ds are getting me too. Like they've been doing the last couple of days. It's been a lot of fun. I always enjoy having a little bit, fresh conversation, different than just me and Ale and Julian talking every single day. Consider doing that. Also, the Discord group that we have, it's like a text group. Basically, it's a lot of fun. Constantly talking Juve and the different rumors that we have going along there as well. Make sure you follow me at Justin Sofer on Twitter. You can follow Dog Daddy Davide. Dog. What is it?
Just reaction at Dog Daddy Davide.
Every time I have to say
goated.
It's goated. And then you're not on Twitter, but you're at Instagram at what? Dash.
Yeah, _FEJZA 10 on Instagram. So you guys get to see me there. With my news articles and my stuff, my old man stuff with my espresso. So see it on there. Also, just a quick housekeeping thing. If you guys comment on the video after it's been published and edited, it actually boosts it up in the algorithm. So just text on there for the algorithm.
Thank you. There you go. Yeah, just do that. If you want to support the channel and you don't have money to spend, you don't want to spend money, you can't even become a member because of that, you can do it just by liking the video, commenting, sharing, stuff like that does help. So we appreciate it. If you're one of our people that are always on the channel, we'd love if you would do that. It definitely does help with us. Thank you, Dash, for dropping that for us. I do, for people real quick, I'll say, I do have an Instagram. I've seen all the people that have tried to follow me on Instagram. I got a kid, so we're figuring this one out. It's weird. I don't know, because that's all my Instagram is. If you just want to, it's not even Juve stuff. It's just a picture of my kid. It's just my kid.
Just make a burner account. A burner account.
I'll need to, and that's where I'll just have all the hot takes of Juventus stuff. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Anyway, guys, we appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.